Back in 2014, I went to Grown Folk Stories to enjoy an evening with the Chicago storytelling community. I didn't know it at the time, but on the mic at Grown Folk Stories would kind of be like a second home for me. These storytime episodes are some of the recordings of my stories over the last 10 plus years. This is also advance notice that our next full episode will have a storyteller that is a master of the craft. If you listen to some of the most popular storytelling podcasts out there, you probably already know her name. With that as a teaser, let's get into story time. Enjoy.
Keith B. Get your ass up here. Get over, Keith B. Is that wrong? All right,
Okay.
give it up and be quiet.
Last time I was here, I don't think I looked at Eric the whole time, and I ran over. Sorry about that. I'll behave. So I came to my first Grown Folk Stories because I was photographing an event, because I take a lot of pictures where I go, and I wanted to tell a story about an album that I have at home. So back before we had kids, about 15 years ago, my wife and I have our 16th anniversary this weekend, actually. Before we had kids, we went on a vacation in Hawaii. And we were excited because we figured we were moving, and it was like, let's just get this trip in. It'll be a big trip before, because we were planning on starting a family. And it started off great, like the flight, and then we got there, and it turned into like the Brady Bunch trip to Hawaii. For those of you who remember when they went. So day one, we're in a convertible. I forget kind of where it is on the map. I'm not wearing a hat. My head is bald. I burned the crap out of my scalp on the first day of our trip. Second day of the trip, I leave my backpack at a rest area. I've got my wallet, my camera, and everything. So day three, we're like, let's just keep this simple. We're gonna go to a volcano. But so it's in Maui. You just drive to the top. So you zigzag up the top, and you go through the clouds and everything. And you're on top. It's like 10,000 feet up. So we're at the top of this, and it's amazing. Like, the sun. It's nice. It's trails. And you're actually looking down on the clouds. So we're taking pictures, and we have all our gear. Like, I don't really like the outdoors, but I like outdoor gear. So I've got like my trail running shoes. I've got my hiking shorts on. I've got the fleece, and I look like I hiked up the mountain, right? But I drove. So we're taking all those pictures, and it's like early afternoon, and people are like, you should do one of the trails because you can walk down into the crater. It's not an active volcano. I should have said that up front. But you could walk down. So we're like, it's early afternoon. They said it's a 1 hour trail. It's 1 hour down, 2 hours back. So like, okay, cool. We'll be back by 4. It'll be fine. So we start hiking, and I like work out a lot, but I was lifting. I wasn't doing any cardio. My wife, on the other hand, she cut back to working out 8 times a week. So I was like, worst case, she'll save. So we start walking down. We get to we do an hour. We get down to the bottom. We're like, this is the part we're supposed to turn around. So I take out protein bar and some water, and my wife starts eating a snack, and she's like, I don't feel so good. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, let's just take a minute. So we take a minute. People are starting to walk back up to the top of the crater where the parking lot is, and we take a few steps, and my wife she throws up all over the place. And I'm like, well, that's not good. This is supposed to be an easy day. So I'm like, let's just take another minute. So we start walking, and she just, like, every couple of steps, I'm like, what the hell is going on? She's like, she got a headache, and she's like sitting. So we start walking up, and people are passing us at this point because they're heading on their way back up. And they're like, you need any help? We're like, no, we're in great shape. and these people have been watching us, like, struggling all the way up this hill. So we walk a little bit further. Hour goes by. We're nowhere near the top. 2 hours go by. We're not even halfway to the top. And at this point, like, the sun is starting to, and people are passing, but everybody's done now. They're like, we did our walk, So this couple passes, they're like, you need help. And at this point, we look like we just came off the battlefield. Like, I got her over my arm, and I'm like slapping her up the hill. But it's like 8,000, 9,000 feet, and I ain't been doing any cardio, so I start struggling. I'm trying to carry her. So at some point, we're both sort of hunched over, and my wife's on me, and people are like, you sure you don't need anything? I'm like, no, we're good. And then the sun sets. And it drops like 20, 30 degrees in, I don't know, like a half hour. I felt like instantly.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm still in my hiking shorts and a lightweight fleece, and it's getting cold, and the sun is setting, and then it turns into like a bad Lifetime movie. Like, my wife is like, just leave me here, I'll meet you at the top. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving you. We can do this. And she's like, no, just go. You know, save yourself. And I'm trying to carry her up. And I'm like, at this point, like, I'm carrying her, like, you know, we're taking like a step and we're going to collapse. And you can't make this stuff up. So we're nowhere near the top, and this couple who had passed us, like, at this point, like 2 hours ago, who had offered us help, we're like, no, we're fine. We don't want any food, no, we got water, we're good. The husband just looks over the top of the crater and he's like, do you need help now? And I mean, he's looking at us in the dark, sitting there in the middle of this volcanic crater, and we're like, yeah, we can use some help. So him and his wife come down, and they were really great. They didn't lecture us. They explained to us that, you know, altitude sickness is a problem. We're like, oh, what's that? And they're like, well, you know, if you don't eat, you know, we eat breakfast, but it's expensive in Hawaii. We have protein bars. We skip lunch. And just did this walk. So they get to the top, and they make sure we're okay and everything. It was really great. And I don't know where they were from. I don't remember their names. But if you come over to my house, we have an album of our trip to Hawaii. There's a lot of pictures of me, there's a lot of pictures of my wife, there's a lot of pictures of us together. And it's just like this one random white couple in front of a rental car. And I have no idea who they are, and that's why they're in our album. They saved us that day, otherwise I'd still be at that volcano.
Thanks for listening to this episode of My Home is Special. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you get future episodes automatically. Go to myhomeisspecial.com for the occasional email update too. That's where links to photo galleries and a few other surprises will live. Be sure to follow KBev Photo on Instagram for behind-the-scenes footage during our journey, and it'll be in the stories. If you just want the photos, go to kbevphoto.com. There's a lot else on there to explore. For now, this is Keith, aka KBev, signing off. Peace.